right, we've reached Elena Road. Now we're gonna go up. Not so sure what the highest elevation here is. I think it's around 500 feet. I'm gonna double check. But yeah, here we are going up Elena Road again. There's old familiar horses over there. Probably already know me by now. As many times I've passed there. This one just got a new roof. I can still remember when it had an old roof. But yeah, going uphill now and holding my GoPro with my arm. So this is probably the highest elevation of the run. You can see the bay over there, East Bay Mountains. I forgot their exact name, but we live on the Santa Cruz Mountains. That's where I live. I grew up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. Over there is the Santa Cruz, the East Bay, not the Santa Cruz. Not an East Bay person. Although at one point I did used to go watch the professional Major League Baseball team that used to play in Oakland, the Oakland Athletics. I used to catch Bart to Oakland. You would have to catch you can't just catch a BART directly from here to there. Although I think they're working on that. Bay Area Rapid Transit, I think, is trying to make its way somehow to this side. I'd have to double check on that, but right now, people who want to go there, they have to use two trains. Caltrans and BART, which stands for Bay Area Rapid Transit. So yeah, it's still winter time. Like I said, it's February something. We're like a month away from spring, but we're kind of spoiled here. This year we really didn't have a winter, in my opinion. It's been spring like the whole time for the most part, minus the cold. It's been a little bit cold in the mornings, but nowhere near as cold as other places. I don't even think we've reached freezing points this year. We came close. Freezing is 32 degrees Fahrenheit and under. We've came close. I think we've had like 36. But yeah. To us, cold here is anything that's 60 and under here in California, sunny California. Anything 16 under is cold. We're used to nice weather, you know, 70s and up. But yeah, I've dealt with injuries over the years, you know. I used to play ice hockey. I don't know if some of you guys know that. Started playing street hockey in '94, and then I transferred to the ice as soon as I could, which was like in 2015. For a minute, I was like being a knucklehead and not practicing any sports. I had hanging around with the wrong crowd and doing drugs and stuff like that. But I always knew that that's not what I wanted to be ultimately. So I just kept playing sports on and off, different sports, you know, because before ice hockey and street hockey, I was a soccer player, and I always liked baseball, but hey, didn't play Little League, played soccer instead. Then as an adult, I picked up baseball again after I couldn't play ice hockey. Anyway, it's a long story, kind of going off on the tangent right now. Let's stick to other stuff. But yeah, going uphill on Elena Road right now, and trying to do my best at 40 years old to stay in shape, because it's easy to just kind of lose hope and just kind of stick to like other things that are easier, like booze, you know, drinking alcohol, smoking weed. Nothing against that, it's just that my kidneys doesn't really like it when I drink all the time. I was doing that this year. I was going on drinking binges, and my kidneys started to hurt. So now I'm almost on my 5th month without alcohol. So if you guys look back to my first video that I uploaded, I was barely getting off it. So I was back in October. So you fast forward now, I'm still off it, and I plan on staying off alcohol for a year. I'm almost to half a year. So yeah, and for medicinal cannabis, I'm almost 2 weeks off. I don't like the fact that the dispensaries don't have my fair strains. It's stupid and annoying. I estimate that I spent like $6,000 on cannabis and cannabis products or paraphernalia like bongs, lighters, you know, things you gotta buy to clean your bong, alcohol, cotton swabs, seesaw, Ziploc bags. So yeah, there's that. My thoughts on that for today. We'll get into it later, some other time. We're going to full details on that. But yeah, it's easy for people to fall into temptation nowadays with all the easy access to all the drugs, you know? So I'm hoping to inspire at least one person that's struggling with addiction to move on from it, because really whom you're really hurting is yourself, ultimately yourself, and those who really love you, which we already know. Not too many people have love for oneself, you know what I mean? People are out there for themselves. They don't give a fuck. I mean, excuse my French, they don't care about us, man. You know, gotta care about yourself. People are too mentally behind to even think that way, you know? So you gotta care about yourself first. Do good things. Everything else will fall into place. But yeah, I hate tobacco and anything tobacco products. Cannabis, most of it I dislike, except for if it's clean green certified. And even with clean green CG certified cannabis out of Mendocino County, even with them I sometimes have problems because they don't always have the strains on, like I said, that I want. So that kind of upsets me. But yeah, I'm thinking about going on a cannabis break too, since I'm already 2 weeks off it. And I feel like it should only be done if you absolutely need it, for medicinal purpose only, never for anything else. You shouldn't be doing it if you don't really need it. It's costly, it's just unnecessary. You should instead be doing other healthier things. If you have a family, you should be doing more things for your family. You know, if you have kids, maybe sign them up for sports if you can afford it. Not everyone can. You know, go out for a hike, that sort of thing. But yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts for today. This is Run and Talk number 4, I believe, with my GoPro, and it's probably how many times since I started running. Like, I started running in 2009, so long distance, that is 2009. So I haven't stopped. The only thing that stopped me one time was a pulled groin. One time I had a MCL injury, pulled MCL from ice hockey. That didn't stop me from running, but I did something stupid. I turned out that since I had a weak knee and I kept playing that way and exercising, my other muscles were compensating for that, and that's where my groin gave out and I suffered a pulled groin. So I had essentially had